Then after GST, we have FEMA. FEMA is Foreign Exchange Management Act. What is foreign exchange? What is called foreign exchange? What is foreign exchange?
Foreign exchange.
Foreign currency. Is it foreign exchange or not?
Currency that is exchanged.
This is certainly foreign exchange, right? But other than this, what is foreign currency? What is foreign exchange? That is important to understand. Money payable to any person outside India. From India, money is payable to any person outside India. It means as of now that money is in India. As far as India is concerned, it is being accounted in Indian rupees. Even that, it will be treated as a foreign exchange. Money payable to any person outside India, money will have to go through the proper channel, through the banking channel. In India, it may be maintained in Indian currency, but it will be referred as a foreign exchange. Similarly, any money receivable in India from outside India. So if you are exporter and you get the money from your customer outside India, in which currency you are going to get the money? All possibilities you get in foreign currency, but that will be converted into Indian rupees. So money coming from outside India, that is also foreign exchange. Money coming from outside India. So this act does not deal only with the foreign currency. This talks about foreign exchange, right? And you know what is the main object of the law for FEMA, Foreign Exchange Management Act? What is the main object?
Facilitate the foreign transaction.
Facilitate the transactions in
ease of business, I think.
In the course of international business. The purpose of FEMA, to facilitate the transactions in the course of international business, right? So FEMA is not there for creating the obstructions in the course of international business, that is in the import export, that is for facilitating, but in a properly regulated manner. Just imagine a situation if there is no regulation for import export, what will happen? Right? One day is good enough for destroying the whole country. So that's why it is being regulated. When we read the FEMA in detail, you will find one very important regulation that is under section 8. It is given the responsibility of every person who is resident in India. That says every person who is resident in India to whom any income accrues in foreign currency or other foreign exchange, that income should be brought to India at the earliest possible. Any person resident in India to whom any income accrues in foreign exchange, then that income should be brought to India at the earliest possible. Now, from that, you will get an idea that why the residents are not allowed to have the foreign bank accounts abroad. Why it is illegal? Why is it illegal to have the bank accounts abroad?
Due to this regulation, I think.
Because of FEMA, right? So FEMA is also having provisions where somebody can have foreign accounts, right? But in general, nobody is authorized to have that account. You have to have the special permission and a specific purpose, then foreign bank account is permissible, otherwise not.
But most of the actually politicians are having the accounts in Swiss banks.
Is that legal?
No, that's what I'm asking. How it's possible?
So even my question was, is Swiss bank not like a Swiss bank account or the Swiss bank not covered by FEMA?
No, how can we regulate somebody else in some other country by our law?
So if somebody is having account in Swiss bank, they are illegally doing everything. That
is illegal already. How can they open an account outside India without the permission of RBI or without the specific provisions? And RBI doesn't authorize opening bank account in Swiss bank. Right? Yes. If you have a joint venture abroad or you have a branch outside India, you have some business activities outside India, then you may have the account therein, but everything will have to be brought back to India later on. If you are a student abroad, you can have a bank account abroad. If you have gone abroad for medical purposes, you can have a bank account temporarily. So depending upon for what purpose you want to open an account outside India, and the permission will be granted. In general, nobody can have this, that I will make money in India and I will keep it deposited in the Swiss bank. No, that is illegal.
No, those who are working in the Gulf region, actually being NRI, they can open it, and when
They are NRIs, non-resident. Section 8 applies to residents. Right. Non-residents Indian NRIs. They are non-residents or not required in India. What is the meaning of NRI? Hmm?
Oh, it's not required in India. It's a new pronunciation I learned.
They are not required in India. Anyway, the most important thing as far as FEMA and import-export is concerned, FEMA regulates time limit for realization of export proceeds. How come FEMA come into picture in case of import-export? So FEMA regulates the time limit for realization of export proceeds. Section 8 of FEMA, I give you a reference that every person who is resident in India is expected to bring the amount of foreign exchange earnings to India at the earliest possible. Now, they have not defined at the earliest means what, whether 5 days, 10 days, 15 days, or 1 month, or 6 months, or 1 year, or 2 years. That is not defined at the earliest. But when it comes to export proceeds in relation to goods, there is a time limit given under FEMA. That applies for goods as well as services both. What is the time limit? Any idea? Somebody can give me the idea what is the time limit for realization of export proceeds?
1 year.
Hmm?
Now 1 year. After COVID, it is 1 year.
Earlier, what it was?
Earlier it was 180 days, now it is 360 days.
Hmm?
Earlier it was 6 months, then 9 months, and due to COVID 9 months, then one notification was there for 1 year also.
That is temporary permission. Right? Otherwise, different time limits are there depending upon for what purpose the export has taken place. You know, how many more goods are exported? Or for what are the purposes for which goods are exported? You see, general perception is that when goods are exported, the goods are going and the money is going to come back. That is the general perception. That is not the correct thing. In general, export relates to that only, that goods will be sent and the money will be received. But otherwise, export of gifts can be there, export of samples can be there, goods can be exported for a part of joint venture, goods can be exported as a part of investment abroad. Right? Goods can be exported for execution of some project outside India, goods can be exported for warehousing abroad and sale. Different types of exports are there. And even if it is a sale, the sale can be only for direct money. Right now, sale can be on lease basis, sale can be on EMI basis, sale can be on different terms. So don't understand that export means goods to send and money received. All that is regulated by FEMA. Right? When and for what purposes goods can be exported, what kind of permission will be required, and as long as generally the goods are concerned, when goods are sent abroad for sale, no permission is required. But any export of goods on leasing or hire purchase or rental basis always requires prior approval of RBI. And if for some reason, if export proceeds cannot be realized within the specified time limit, then again the RBI comes into picture. Export proceeds should be realized within the specified time limit. That is what is regulated by FEMA. FEMA also talks about certain declarations to be made by the exporter. When the goods and services are being exported, certain declarations are required to be made, and the declaration is about the value and the time within which the export proceeds will be realized. And that is on record with the authorized banker, and banker is in touch with the RBI directly. So it is the responsibility of your banker with whom you are banking and with whom the declaration has been filed to ensure that the proceeds are realized. So as and when realized, intimation goes to RBI directly. If it is not realized, it is the responsibility of the banker to intimate the ROC that these are not being realized. All that is regulated by FEMA. So FEMA talks about declaration to be made. FEMA regulates the time limit for realization. FEMA regulates the extension and what is to be done. FEMA regulates foreign currency bank accounts. So everything is there in FEMA. So when we come to FEMA, again, that also we'll talk in detail.